My grandfather loved climbing mountains and started his career trying to protect them. He argued, "Tough mountains build bold leaders. The world now needs these leaders, people willing to take a chance as it never has needed before." Junior Walk is one of those leaders, willing to take a chance and trying to save communities and rivers as well as mountains. His efforts to protect his Appalachian homeland from mountaintop running puts him at odds with the people he grew up with, but that hasn't stopped him. Please join me in welcoming Junior Walk to the stage.
If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone.
Thank y'all. It's a pleasure to be here this evening. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to the Brower family and to everybody at the Earth Island Institute for, helping me get here tonight and talk to all y'all this evening. I also wanted to thank all the folks back at home at Coal River Mountain Watch and at the Ramps campaign and everybody else fighting for justice in Appalachia and all over the rest of the country as well. The sort of systemic oppression that has enabled things like mountaintop removal to exist in the world we live in today, it's growing. It's not stopping at the imaginary borders it used to stop at. It's not just the historical communities that have been oppressed that are feeling the full bore of this anymore. I mean, look at things like hydrofracking, and you can see clear parallels to, the broad form deed and how it stripped landowners that actually lived on their land of any legal recourse for being poisoned and blasted to death. And so when I was about 12 years old, me and my family moved from up in the head of a holler down to closer to the main road. And everything was all well and fine for the first couple of months. And, it wasn't long, though, until water started coming out of our tap, smelling a little funny every once in a while or looking a little bit funny. And it wasn't much longer after that even that every day it was coming out of the tap blood red and smelling strong like sulfur. And, I had to live with that water from the time I was 12 years old until I was 17. And obviously, we weren't ignorant enough to drink the water, but you still had to shower in it every day, wash your clothes in it and your dishes. And sometimes, my folks would even cook with the water because they figured if you boiled it, that'd take out all the impurities. But heavy metals don't quite work that way. And I'm a lucky person. I just had red water, and all I have to deal with is a few gastrointestinal issues because of it. But there are people that lived, not 10 miles from where I did in a place called Printer Holler, West Virginia, had black water coming out of their taps every day. And people up there died of brain tumors and weird kind of cancers. That sort of thing should not happen in anywhere on the world, especially not in what is supposed to be the most civilized country in the world. If there's one thing that I want you all to take away from what I'm saying here tonight, it's that this oppression is not stopping at the poor communities anymore. Everybody is getting it, and it will not be much longer until it's at every single one of y'all's doorsteps as well. So we need to fight this at its roots. We need to fight it where it's rearing its head the most in communities of oppression, like in Appalachia, and where in places in Pennsylvania where hydrofracking is happening, and things like that. For more information on my work and on the work of everybody back home, you can go to crmw.net or therampscampaign.org if you're more interested in direct action. But thank you all. Hope you have a nice evening.
If I can't